it's like a disease that spreads across worlds, but no one knows why it does that. All right. I'm guessing no one is going to be happy with Geralt now. My emperor, I failed.
The gentleman will follow.
Follow Mr. Chamberlain. Yeah, I gathered that they were planning an invasion because their world was doomed. Although it seemed quite lovely and peaceful. Yeah, TX, now I see how the game can continue past this installment. Because what exactly is the White Frost? Where does it come from? Ooh. Yeah, another Witcher game. If there is another Witcher game, or the expansions maybe. He's going to kill me.
Speak. Ciri is dead. How did it happen? The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Ciri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price. Where is the body? I doubt it'll ever be found. Who else knows? Avalach, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either. And Yennefer? She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object. I don't. And you? Plenty of work for witches after a war. I'll travel east, maybe north. Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
Not really. You weren't a good father. No, actually she didn't talk. The only time she mentioned him, it was... She said, does he not know I want something? But other than that, she didn't talk much about him. Time to break the old man's heart.
We didn't talk about you. I see.
Maybe they will do the same as Mass Effect Andromeda. You know?
Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
They will disentangle the Witcher from Geralt. Well, everything went to shit. And he didn't pay me, motherfucker. I'm still expecting my other 1,000 gold. A bad father and a thief.
Need a hand with your wagon?
No. It's not exactly ours. More a captured vehicle. Booty, you might say.
Folk must have abandoned it in their rush. To where, I don't know. Be a shame for the Reds to claim it, loot it.
Change is coming.
Grown accustomed, we have.
With the Black Ones gone, witch hunters will move in. Yet life will roll on. We've to seize the day.
True that. So, let's get to work before night creeps up on us.
Sure you don't need any help?
I believe we will manage.
Where are you headed?
Yeah.
Nearest inn, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. Take care now.
No, I did not kill Ravid. What? This is still going? Interesting. Well, at least I doubt I'll die anymore. But my overall thoughts is this is a great game. And if I were not playing another rules, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. But since I am playing another rule set, I would give it, in that regard, a 7, a 6 even. All that falling damage bullshit needs to be addressed. I wonder if a patch change that. They really won't go that. Couldn't figure out how to calculate falling damage to make it realistic.
Go, go.
Well, let's see how much time we have spent on this playthrough. And keep in mind, I speed 5 days. That's how many hours? 24, 120 hours. 132 hours in this attempt alone. So that's
Slower.
you know you might be right, Huring. That might explain why they said that now that the black ones were gone, the witch hunters were going to show up. Since Radovid is alive, he took over all this shit. You know, that makes perfect sense. You go to Huring, you go to character, the character screen, and press C. You see down here on the bottom right, it says player stats, and there in the bottom on the left, total playtime 5 days 12 hours, which means 132 hours, and that's speedrunning everything up to what? The Baron's quest, the abortion quest, and I still have a bunch of quests I didn't even touch. All these quests, and I'm not going to do them anyway. Yeah, no problem.
Master Ort.
Might be true. Radovid could be the king. Would be
Probably
hilarious. I didn't know it either, Huring. Someone told me a few days ago.
You're late.
Soldiers,
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
as agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
I thought he was going to kill
Beautiful.
me.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsmen of the calling for my wares. When I say no witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Whatever. Why not?
Zirael. Swallow.
That's how
Classic
it
Elder speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, have my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of striggers prowling the Maribor forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
Okay, go to the inn. I think I can teleport there. Let's do that. So the Black Ones lost the war again. That is a surprising development. They seem to have the north by the balls. Yeah, I'm sure you could continue playing this game for a very long time. Trying to discover all the secrets, exploring all the caves, all the temples. Yeah, the Redanians moved in, alright. This was taken over by the Nilfgaardians last time I was here. Could that be Ciri? Or Jennifer? Or Triss? Or Uma? Ha!
Is it done?
Yes.
Did he believe you?
I have no idea.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy.
Hello, Coltress. So we're actually crafting a sword for her.
A witch's sword. Swallow. Whoa. Beautiful. May I?
Not here. I'll have ample opportunity soon enough. Witcher.
Imagine if you were a woman and a man made you a phallic object named Swallow. What would you think?
Let's try it out then.
And that's it. The end of the game. Well.
Radovid had many faults. He was cruel, impetuous, and pathologically ambitious. But he was a tactical genius. That's undeniable. Commanding forces far outnumbered by his foes, he handily defeated the invader from the south. The Redanian eagle spread its wings, taking all the north, including Novigrad, beneath them. With victory in the war against Nilfgaard secured, Radovid proceeded to complete his witch hunt. As they had in Novigrad, pyres burned in Temeria and Aedirn, lands now liberated by the Redanian monarch. In the drive for moral renewal, simple herbalists, pellers, healers, and non-humans, all supposed heretics, were murdered in droves. For many, freedom beneath Radovid's scepter proved more tragic than servitude to another. As long as his armies went from one victory to the next, Emir's subjects remained boundlessly obedient. When a string of humiliating defeats proved Var Emreis fallible, the opposition, thus far secret, attacked. The subjects of the Emperor who had danced on the graves of his foes laid him to rest in a tomb of his own.
And danced.
While the continent led engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres's enlightened rule. Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled. Cirilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon, heir to Nilfgaard's throne, chose the life of a witcher on the path. Geralt taught her all he knew, every skill he possessed, then each set off on their own. Soon word of the ashen-haired witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the Yaruga to the mountains of Kovir. While monarchs moved borders and populations, Geralt and Yennefer lived a calm, quiet life, far from all things political. They breakfasted well after noon, more often than not in bed, and passed the days on lazy strolls and long conversations. Boring, you say? Perhaps. But both had sought this more than anything else.
So this is a good character, I agree, Huring. Good raccoon, although the game is over. So what do you know? I made Radovid the greatest monarch alive. What can you imagine? But as I said, this is a great game. But not so great for another rule set. But obviously well worth the money and the time spent on it. I'm sorry, Coltras, that you got at the end. I spent like an hour in an instance that, and a fight it must have taken half an hour. It was a really difficult fight. No, I don't mean that he's the greatest in a moral sense, you could say. I just made him the most powerful ruler in the north. In reality, the only ruler in the north. Radovid died and Emir lived. Okay. I don't know, Battlemaster. The truth is that he might have been radical, but most of the problems in the world were due to mages fucking everything up. Now, does that make the Church of the Eternal Fire the answer? I'm not sure. And are the non-humans responsible for anything? I don't know. Maybe their fault was not converting. It would have been nice to explore that a little bit more. Well, thanks a lot for your words, but actually when I played like a complete moron and just steamrolled the main quest, it went better. Radovid was based on Hitler. What do you know? Hitler was not very religious, but he did overall have what were Jews, communists, gays, minorities in general. The problem is I didn't get to know Radovid too good. It seemed okay. Hitler was always like that, you know. Always, well, not always, not. He was from a very young age, you could say, racist. But Radovid in the first game, he comes through as a very sound, very level-headed individual, you know. And as Battlemaster says, the Lodge did try to kill him. The Lodge of Sorcerers did attempt to take over everything and destroy the monarchs, overthrow the church, and just completely reshape the world or the societies. So he's not without fault. Okay, let's say he is not without reason. That's what I'm trying to say. he just took it a little too seriously, a little too far. It's not like the mages and all the other guys are not really trying to overthrow human society. In the second game they make it much more plain. You have Scoia'tael everywhere, pieces of land that are in rebellion, the dragons taking human form and leading peasants in revolt. So Radovid is extremist, but he is not completely crazy. That's my overall opinion of him. Well, I didn't do it, Battlemaster, because I didn't know if taking that quest would actually make me kill him, because as I explained, Radovid's hate for magic mirrors to some extent the way I was role-playing Geralt. So, out of all the kings, he was the only one that renounced the use of magic in the affairs of men. That made him far better than anyone else. That's why I didn't want to get involved in an assassination attempt. The father of Radovid was also killed by sorceresses? Didn't know that. And he already hated magic when... I do remember he saying in the previous game that Philippa made his life a living hell when he was young. Philippa was her tutor or something like that. Well, but in the end it played well enough. I think the state of the world is something I can live with, I guess. Yeah, the Lodge did really overplay their hand. Especially with that reunion in what was it? Muin? Loki Muin? I don't understand why they didn't kill everyone. They were more... They thought they were more cunning than they actually were. They tried to manipulate everyone and found in Radovid a person that couldn't be swayed. And that was ruthless. And he really turned the tables on them. At least in my playthrough. Geralt. I don't know, Triss and Jennifer didn't seem to be too involved in those plots to take over everything. You know what's interesting about the epilogue? They didn't say anything about the Witchers. The other Witchers. What happened? I'm guessing the Witchers are basically done. No more Witchers are going to be born or made. Well, Hurink, the problem is I don't read books that for entertainment. I listen to them. I like to listen to them. And someone told me that they actually made audiobooks of a few of the series. The problem is I know the series is like 5 books long and they have only translated to English 2. I don't know if it's a good idea to just read 2 of the series or listen to them more precisely. That's very true, Attelmaster. Maybe it was Philippa that instilled those traits on Radovid that made him in the end the tyrant he became. I don't mind at all getting the hooks, but I don't know if they are a series, a cohesive series, or you could say standalone in adventures of Geralt. If they are standalone, then I think I can listen to them. But if it's chronologically or narratively sequential, the way the story develops, then you're Polish. Well, you got lucky, and this series seems like a very good one. Took's collections of short stories. Okay, so mini adventures. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid. I would prefer much more to have the chronological series from start to finish. Otherwise, I wouldn't enjoy them as much. Because I do love series, long series of... They get complex, intertwined, like not Game of Thrones, The Song of Ice and Fire. I doubt he has written anything since... I think the last one came like in 87 or 89, something like that, just before the communist party was overthrown. Okay, I will search for them, Battlemaster. Although right now I'm listening to a Star Wars book, and I want to listen to another one. The one that's Aftermath, Star Wars Aftermath. I want to listen to that one, and I'm listening to the one out the Emperor and Darth Vader going to some rinky-dinky planet. Witcher 3 babies? What the hell does that mean? All that people were born of developers during that time? That's surprising. Those Poles really like to have sex. You can tell me, Hurin, if that's true. Karolina Groszowska. I wonder what happened to her. And the Lady of the Lake is the last one chronologically as well, Hurin. So if I got the other 4, I could have the chronological story up to Lady of the Lake. Yeah, I've never been good at pronouncing Eastern languages. What? Story of Geralt of Rivia has come to a close. You can continue traveling the world in search of Witcher contracts and adventure, but everything will be as it was before the game's last chapter. and quests tied to main storyline will no longer be available. Okay, so that's it for the playthrough. I wonder if there is anyone here. The last chapter, what the hell does that mean? Let's check. There is no main quest anymore. Lambert is gone, and Eskel also said he was going to winter somewhere else. So I guess Kerr Morin is dead as well. Well, what can you do? So, thank you very much for watching, and tomorrow we shall start a very old school game. Thanks to Cyrix that donated Planescape Torment. At least in that game I won't be able to fall to my death. I have to stop worrying about that, or stop fuming more like it. Well, I might play the games again if there is a Witcher 4. Might play as a Geralt that wants to rid the world of evil people, you know, that doesn't care too much about monsters as evil persons, that, or those that hurt others, that try to oppress them, things like that. I might play Geralt that way, of the 3 whole games. Now, I actually have to stop. It's a wonder my relatives have not returned. I actually have to stop right now and clean the house because it looks like a fucking garbage dump. That's what happens when you leave a man alone for 3 days in a house. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow for an old school RPG and lots of reading and talking. I don't even know what roleplay I could apply to that game. I'd have to think about it. I'm from South America, Hurin. But until then, have a good day, and see you next time.